What's up guys? Joker here, and welcome to day 2 of Hardware Week, the week where I'm going to be uploading a new hardware review every single day this week. Yesterday we took a look at the Creative T4 wireless speakers, and today we are going to be taking a look at the AULA Wings of Liberty mechanical keyboard featuring their very own in-house blue switches. Now this is actually kind of a special review for me, as this is actually my first mechanical keyboard that I've ever owned. I was coming from using the Razer Deathstalker Expert, which I had picked up initially because of the low-profile chiclet keys, which I'm still a big fan of, and if I ever saw a mechanical keyboard with low-profile chiclet keys, then I would probably pick it up right on the scene, because I really do like that low-profile key style. And also that keyboard had a nice long wrist rest, which is something that I definitely look for in a keyboard. If actually there was anything I did have negative to say about the AULA keyboard, it was the fact that the wrist rest was a little bit too short for me, and I would like to see a longer wrist rest there in the future, maybe on other iterations of this keyboard or other models that AULA happens to come out with. Now, as I mentioned there, they are using their own in-house blue switches, but they do fall in line with what you would expect from blue switches like Blue Kales or the Cherry MX series of switches, which is probably definitely the most popular mechanical switch out there, the Cherry MX. And basically what happened with that is Cherry MX basically had a patent for their mechanical switches, but that ended about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And since then, we've started seeing other manufacturers coming on the scene with basically clones of their switches with just little different, using different materials, things like that, to make them a little bit cheaper. Most popular, most notably, would be the Kale switches, which Razer started using in their mechanical keyboards, and now also these blue switches from AULA, which is their own in-house mechanical switches. And I had asked them about that initially. I wasn't sure if they were using Kales or Cherries, and they said it's actually their own in-house mechanical switch. So, and I really like the tactile feedback on the blue switch. As you know, like I said, this is my first mechanical keyboard, and I've fallen in love with the tactile feedback that I get on these mechanical switches. And in the future, if I do pick up a mechanical keyboard, maybe another model or another brand, I think I'm going to actually stick with blue switches, because I really like them. But that's going to vary based on your particular preference. It does have a 60-gram actuation force required to press the key, so it does require a decent amount of pressure, and that might not be something for everyone. But for someone that types a lot like me, and when I'm doing my writing, I really just find it extremely satisfying when I'm typing, even though I think my friends on TeamSpeak, if I'm on voice activation, might not appreciate it as much, because it is quite a loud keyboard, as you can hear it there. And we'll take a look at the way that it sounds, the way that it stacks up against my old Razer Deathstalker Expert in just a little bit. Other features on this keyboard worth noting is that it does have 26 key rollover, also has 8 different function keys along the top, like multimedia keys for play, pause, skip ahead, going back to a previous scene, mute, turning volume up or down, muting altogether, or also being able to lock out the Windows key. With function F8, you can just lock the Windows key so that if you are in game and you accidentally press the Windows key, it doesn't take you out of the game, which is something nice and something we've been seeing almost on all of the gaming oriented keyboards out there today. So as you can see, the keyboard is all white and has a plastic exterior, which kind of led me to think initially that maybe this was going to be a very cheap quality keyboard, but I was happy when I got it out of the box. The first thing I noticed was the weight, as this thing does come in at 3 pounds, because it does have a solid metal chassis on the interior of the keyboard, and as a result of that, there is zero flex when I pick up this keyboard. It's just solid through and through, and it kind of begs the question is, how they kept the cost in line to keep it under 50 bucks with such a solid keyboard. But I guess, you are missing out on some things like macro keys and RGB, backlighting like you would see on other keyboards. But you're still getting a really good solid keyboard for $50. Now, let's go ahead, and I want to take a look and show you guys how this keyboard sounds compared to a standard membrane style keyboard, so it can give you an idea of what you'll be getting into with the AULA blue switches. So as you can see there, this is definitely one of the more clicky style keyboards in the mechanical family. The blue switches on this work just like you would expect the blue switches to work from Kale or Cherry. The color is the same, and the actuation point is about the same as what you would expect with that. They really haven't changed much there. And blue is meant to be one of the more tactile feedback keys. It it requires about 60 grams of pressure to push it down, so it requires a decent amount of actuation force. But one thing is for sure with that is that you're never going to question whether or not you pressed a key. There is no like half pressing on this keyboard. It's either clicked or it's not clicked, no questions asked. And I really like that aspect of it, especially when I'm gaming or when I'm typing. I never have to second guess myself like, oh, did I hit that key? Did I not hit that key? Like, no. You know if you hit a key, right away, just because of the tactile feedback on this and the clickiness on the keyboard. And something I really, really like. I'm just over the moon happy with this keyboard, and I'm glad that I got to try this out as my first mechanical keyboard. And if there's anything that it's made me want to do now, is it's made me want to go out and spend money on maybe a little bit higher end keyboard, like a Corsair K70 something with backlighting and a black keyboard, because the white it doesn't really it doesn't really fit in with the theme of my all of my desk accessories. Everything around here is all black, so it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But maybe you have an all white theme going on, and it could totally fit in perfectly for you out there. Or maybe you just want to get a mechanical keyboard and you don't have $100+ to spend on a keyboard. And for people like that, then I can definitely recommend this keyboard at just $50. They actually do make a couple other keyboards as well. They have a black keyboard with the same switches. It's not the same branding, it's not the same line, the Wings of Liberty line, but they do have black keyboards. So if you want to go check it out on Amazon, I'm going to have a link down in the description below to where you can find this exact keyboard as well as their black model keyboard on Amazon. So if you're in the market for a mechanical keyboard and you don't want to break the bank getting one, then you should definitely check these out, as I can give it my full endorsement, as it's really just a solid keyboard all the way around. Doesn't feel cheap in any way like I thought maybe it would at that price point. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope maybe I can review some more mechanical keyboards in the future, as I really enjoyed this thing. And like I said, it just makes me want to go out now and buy maybe a higher end mechanical keyboard to sort of fit my theme of the room a little bit better. So please stick a thumb up below on this video if you guys enjoyed it, especially so we can get to that 1,000 like level so we can do the giveaway this week. Although, like I said yesterday, I'm going to probably do the giveaway no matter what, but I would appreciate it if you could help the video get to 1,000 likes, because it's going to help out the channel a lot. And be sure to check out the link for Amazon in the description below to help support the channel and pick up this keyboard if you want to do so. I will catch you guys next time. Ta-ra.